here, 3v3, Avensa Stronghold, blue team. We've got Voidweaver as a Warp Spider Exarch, telepoint commander that fights range combat, lots of great capping and harassing potential and can control pretty damn well too. Alongside, we have the very fittingly named Boss as a Warboss, a melee commander that walks through objects and very good offense, disruption and support from the front lines, matched with unbeatable anger. This is the Death Skulls elite scheme, right? Is that what it's called? I always forget. I think so. And rounded off the blue team, Aspiring Hooper is a Farseer, a support commander that fights in melee combat, lots of great buffs with some debuffs and control abilities too. Red team, Big Mathis is a Hive Tyrant, a very durable commander, walks through objects and cannot be suppressed with good offense, disruption and some support. Begins in melee with a basic synapse, and alongside, rounding us off, two Apothecaries. First up is Jamona, rocking some Blood Ravens, chasing down a Warboss. We'll see how that works out for him. And a Paige of Abnormal Tactics, some kind of Imperial Fist's successor chapter perhaps. These guys are melee commanders by default. They can get ranged weapons, lots of great support abilities, and begin with a targeted heal and a passive health regeneration aura. You just saw that Apothecary heal himself there. Tactical Marines decapping the central contested VP, and it's all kicking off in the mid. Tyranids and Space Marines versus Orks and Eldar. Voidweaver coming in from the flank to try and support with some shooty Eldar shurikens. Can they push through to this power? It's just being noted right now. As I've said before, this map will be changed in the next update whenever that hits. The central natural powers are going to be moved out to the flanks, so there's a bit less pressure on the middle. You can't camp the mid and cover both a VP and a natural power. You're going to need to split your forces a little bit more. Shotgun scouts up for Paige. Double Apothecaries. I'm not. Does their passive health regen, does it stack? I'm not actually sure if it does. Either way, a hell of a lot of support there, perhaps for Big Mathis's army, and of course all of the Marines. Double shooters up for Boss. We have big shooters on the way for both of them. Help them control the Hormagaunts and really melt the scouts as well, because those big shooters, they freaking hurt. What's the DPS again? Almost 15 DPS, and they get two of them in the squad, and they have long range, as you can see there, 41, which is slightly more than the kind of default bolter range, which I believe is 38. That might be wrong. Warboss going after them has a 42 DPS melee weapon by default, which is pretty damn painful. Misses his stomp. There's the suppression on the tactical Marines. Where's the heal though? There it is. Scouts busy capping him up when they get shotguns up there to help control this Warboss. Just charging around. Assault Marines joining the fray. They will most likely jump these double shooters though and not fight the Warboss. There's the jump. Actually doesn't hit it very well. Only disrupts a single model, and sluggers are there to counter initiate with use your choppers. Global buff from the Warboss, a very awesome buff it is as well. Increases their melee damage by I believe 35% and gives them plus 60 melee skill, which is why you saw them getting all those special attacks off, and that completely changed the engagement. And I think Jamona is going to lose Apothecary. 2 hit points, 1 hit point, 1 more burst from the Warboss's weapon. Yes, down he goes. Should be able to be easily revived there though, which will give some levels to him. Oh, the Hive Tyrant's also gone down. It's up to, oh no, they're all 3 of them going down. Wow. Really? Does any of them have... No, none of them have Laramans. The Apothecary has a great global that will revive all of the allied commanders on the field and send them back to base. But you need, I think it's 125 red for that. So, oh, looks like the Hive Tyrant's been repurchased, and he's going to revive at least Jamona and get XP for that, which will level him to 2. Assault Marines jumping in on these Rangers of Voidweaver. We have Banshees into Rangers and Banshees into a Shuriken platform for Aspiring Hooper. Stormboy's hitting the field for Boss. Jamona's Devastator is going to need to be careful. Could get the Purification Rites to really help them out, doing damage and knockback on heal. Great accessory, I think. We recently buffed up to, I believe, 25 damage from 15. Which is not bad. I think it's piercing damage though. What is that? Oh, that's the new awesome visual effects we have for Doom. You can thank Wise Window for all of those great new visual effects in 2.4. Awesome stuff. That's from the Doombringer, of course. What's the DPS of this thing? Wow, almost 60 melee DPS. That's a lot more than I thought. That's really good. Double grenades doing more damage to the Farseer than anything else. She's now in retreat, and shotgun scouts getting nice and close for that shotgun damage to ramp up. Wow. These guys, super long ago in retail, I believe they used to do area of effect damage with their shotguns also, but that was removed. That must have been pretty wild. I think that's right. Look at this, blue team pushing through mid and getting that natural power, that is, and taking a contested VP. 460 to 432. Big Mathis going for the Raveners. Said it before, big fan of these guys with the Devourers. Get melee synapse, range synapse up even, and you are doing some very nasty things. He has double Hormagaunts though, so we might not see range synapse. There is the group teleport. Talk about a scary sight. Eldar and Orks appearing in front of you. Banshee's running in. He needs to get out of here right now. He's getting doubled really badly. He's trying to stay in. Maybe use his seismic roar. Doesn't use it. Charges through even. He should have used a seismic roar there. Would have done a lot of damage to those Banshees. You saw how much damage that regular special attack did. Does the Hive Tyrant get away now? Did he stay in here too long? Stormboy's not known for their chasing ability, and he does get away. Rending Talons and Extended Carapace can do wonders for you, but can also lead to a lot of death, since you kind of become over eager to charge in and use that seismic roar when perhaps it's better to do other things. Makes it quite energy intensive as well. Mid is uncapped. Jamona against this Warboss with his Apothecary. Full armies here, I believe. Yes, might get a full army fight here. Double shooters, Stormboy Sluggers, Warboss versus Apothecary, Devastators, Tactical Marine Scouts, and Assault Marines. There's the jump. I use it to counter-initiate, helping out those Devastators with the knockback there. Shotgun blast, Assault Marines forcing off the Stormboys, but here are Burner Sluggers with user choppers, and look at that damage on retreat. That was just evil. And now he can get Jenners with the burners. Good play from Boss. Solid use of those Warboss globals so far. Tyranids pushing through the west side, but Banshees have got in using the infiltration of the hollow fields, but Rangers are almost going down. If he didn't do that special attack, he might have finished him off, because he would have got an extra attack on, I think. But you see the work that Rending Talons can do for you. 75 melee DPS is nothing to scoff at. Scales pretty damn well, since heavy infantry still take full damage from regular melee weapons. It's only commanders and super heavy infantry, I believe, that will have resistance against that. Natural resistance. 449, 405. All of their players starting to make their way into tier 2. And a war truck on the way for Boss. Uh-oh. Scouts not paying attention to them is Paige, and they go down. We have Angry Bits and a Bang Bang Hammer for Boss. That's going to be buffing all of the nearby Orks. And does it tell me the radius? I don't think so. Oh, radius 28, so that's pretty damn large. I think that was increased in Elite. Pretty sure it was. Damage and speed. Damage increased by 5%, speed increased by 0.15 for 10 seconds. So that buff lasts quite a while, and of course it will stack up. I'm not sure if there is a limit to how far it can stack, but you could do some really nasty things with it. Not sure what Jamona's trying to do. Runs into a shuriken with his Apothecary. That wasn't too smart, and he goes down. Wow, that Doom doing work up on the Assault Marines, and Banshees chasing with their fleet, and only getting one model, I think. The others should get away. Yeah, Assault Marines do a lot better against Banshees in tier 2 once they have their Merciless Strike, but it's still very dicey going up against them, no doubt about that. Brood Nest is up, supporting the Tyranid army on this west side. They might want to put one in the middle when it settles down a bit, when red team start to get a little bit of a foothold there. They're struggling so far to hold any kind of ground against those marauding Orks and those swift Eldar over there. But it's tier 2 now. Tier 2 in a team game is when Space Marines start to ramp up and get into that steamroll mode, but they just get exponentially more powerful as their Marines get tougher, start leveling up, doing more damage, and they start supporting stuff with vehicles to complement their armies and stuff. But we'll see. We see a Dreadnought on the way for Jamona. Paige is down to just 2 units though, Tactical Marines and Scouts. Looks like he lost his default Scouts, but look at this on the west side. Mathis is doing well. Bashed his power completely, which is good. Oh, wow. Oh my god, it's taking tons of damage. That was the heavy gauge Death Spinner, the heavy gauge filament ability. Awesome ability. And I hate those constant knockback ranged attacks. They should all be reworked, I think. You also have 3 abilities that do basically the same thing for the Warboss, Apothecary, and the Warboss Exarch, which is a little bit unfortunate. Tyrant Guard on the field for Mathis does not care about your puny energy shield, just runs right through him and is going to be a massive pain in the ass. It's 2,500 hit points of super heavy infantry armor, so it is vulnerable to power weapons and plasma weapons. But good luck fighting this thing in melee combat. He has, I think, around 94 DPS heavy melee with a 15 damage splash. Whoa, look at that though. Orks wading in with user choppers, and it goes down in seconds. Good grief. That was Storm Boys with all their power melee weapons and a heavy melee huge chopper on the Nob Leader. Just as I was bigging up how good Tyrant Guards are, it goes down in like 4 seconds flat. Really nice assist there from Boss. Mathis, of course, known for his Warboss play, but playing the Hive Tyrant today up against the Warboss. Oh, look at this though. Paige is pushing the east side. Still doesn't have anything out in tier 2. Not sure how he's managed to push up there. Just 2 units on the field. 357 to 405. Here's a melee Dreadnought, and that is really going to help out Jamona against this big, scary melee Orc army. When I say big, it's only the Sluggers and the Storm Boys and the Warboss, but that is pretty damn scary, let me tell you. Oh, group teleport. Group teleport to escape. That's a weird usage of it. Is that what he did? Where's he gone to? Where did he go to, Mr. Warp Spider? Oh, he's gone to bash power. That was awesome. Avoid a massive blob of stuff and go and hit power. Why not? Oh, Mr. Avengers did not get in there though. I don't think he's realised. Now he has, but they're not going to get away. They did not get into the teleport. I guess they weren't close enough. I don't think there's a limit to how much stuff can be teleported. It's just a radius thing. Void Weaver does have some Warp Spiders on the field. Bashes all of the generators. Wow. And then gets straight inside the Webway Gate. Nicely done. Webway Gate will instantly go down and feed XP. But oh, he gets out of it trying to defend. It's a mistake. There's a Dreadnought there. It's a mistake. Does he get inside in time? Yes, he did get inside. That's just a visual bug with replays. When stuff gets inside, you can't always see them get in, which is weird. Paige goes tier 3. Big engagement on this west side, and Mathis done a really good job to keep the pressure up on this power. In fact, he's decapping it. Oh, not for long though. Orks versus Tyranids. Is there a better fight in Warhammer 40k than that? Storm Boys wading in. Don't see any Warboss buffs going off, but there is Call the Boys. A big deal. Down goes the Warboss. Venom Brood getting way too close. Obviously, they are targeting the War Truck, and they do take it down. Yes, they do. Storm Boys jumping out. Frantic engagement. Void Weaver joining it a little bit too late to make an impact, but that was some awesome stuff. So Warboss went down. I don't think they... And the War Truck. The Warboss and the War Truck. I think that was all that was lost. Decent usage of Call the Boys there to save the Storm Boys mostly, I believe. This Dreadnought is really doing work. They do have tank buses up, but not a whole lot else to deal with them. I suppose the KY grade will help out. Haywire has actually gone off there, but now the Dreadnought can move again. Haywire Grenade is awesome. Not only does it snare movement, but it completely stops the unit attacking. Even in melee, you just can't do anything to fight back. As you can see, it's a 60% reducing rotation, 160 melter damage, and I believe 75% of that will be dealt to vehicles. Melter doesn't do full damage to vehicles. Of course, it's a great anti-everything weapon pretty much, but it's typically on short-range weapons. Anti-everything damage type, I should say. 327 to 383. It's a double cap for the blue team. It's been some frantic stuff on that west side. Are we going to start to see this game settle into the fight over the contested VP? Or will they keep pushing the naturals and mix it up a bit? We will see. Land Raiders might start hitting the field. Jamona goes tier 3. Paige still with these two units doing a good job on this east side. I'm surprised he's not getting his power bashed every few minutes, but he's going to get it bashed right now. Voidweaver coming all the way over on this side to help out. He really has done a good job with his mobility, and all of this power is going down. Lots of power bashes all around. We've seen the central natural for the red team go down a couple of times. This natural has gone down a couple of times, and now that eastern natural for red team is going to go down. Might even be decapped over there. Warboss charging in. Now I'm angry, giving him some health regen, and I believe a small damage buff as well when he charges in. He also has spiky armor. There's an Eldritch. It seemed to go off just after a bunch of stuff got knocked back, but still did a hell of a lot with it. Wow, that's a good nuke. Took down the Hive Tyrant and took down something else. One of the Hormagods went down. 327, 343, really even on VPs. The Dreadnought has gone for the Melter. Is that a group teleport? No, that's a singularity. Wow, Vanguard Veterans got hit really badly there. He did not keep it melee. Storm Boy is all of a sudden really dangerous again. 327, 343, bashing power again is Mathis. Nicely done. You might be able to flank in and get some of these gens as well. Where the heck is Voidweaver's stuff? He's all the way over on this east side bashing power. Crazy stuff. Plasma cannon away for Jamona. Paige still has absolutely nothing else. He hasn't purchased a unit since tier 1. Like 10 minutes ago, I don't think he's purchased anything. Maybe he has and he lost it and I just missed it. Tactical Marines behind heavy cover, which is where they like to be. Tank Buster Barrage, Dreadnought getting into trouble. Maybe he should have gone for the Assault Cannon if he wanted a ranged weapon. Because the Melter, although absolutely awesome, as you can see there, 55 almost Melter DPS, is short range. And there's double Tank Busters. No, single Tank Busters. And the Storm Boys can get in there and tie it up and do damage since it won't have melee resistance. Plasma Cannon seemed to miss a bunch of stuff there and just hit a couple of Shoot Boys. Weird Boy on the field for Boss. Jamona surely now thinking of saving up for a Land Raider Redeemer. Look at this. Big Mathis has completely capped up this west side, though he was unopposed, I think, and it's going for a power bash in the middle. Blue team a little bit static here. Always keep moving. Always keep thinking about what you want to cap or push next. Gonna get at least one gen. Really nice play from Mathis. Saw the opening and went for it. Might get 2 gens, not quite. Those are some Dark Reapers, are they? Yes, they are. From Aspiring Hooper, they do have their aspect, increasing their damage straight up and giving them pinning fire, which is awesome. Suppression on demand. That's Doom again. A brood, no brood nests in the middle still that I've seen. Mathis is tier 3, yes. Might want to node this just to be annoying. We have a D cannon up for Aspiring Hooper. Void with some Seer Council is going to use that, of course, with the group teleport and the gates to cause havoc. What is this? Oh, that's the group teleport coming in from Void Weaver. Got some level 3 Banshees, got some scary stuff over here. Level 2 Warp Spiders and a fully kitted out Exarch at level 5. Swapping to the enhanced warp jump generator, which just gives him a better basic teleport basically. The cannon weapon team covering mid quite nicely. Doing damage over time, as you can see now after the initial hit. That might finish off those Stern Guard if they get dragged in. No, the D-cannon was forced off before they could finish off their singularity. And these guys are in trouble. Need to run away. What are you doing, Jamona? Complete misplay there. Should have got the hell out as soon as he saw all of that stuff. They melted. Those Vanguard veterans went down so quickly. Oh, in fact, that was Paige. Excuse me, that was Paige, not Jamona. It was Jamona's Vanguard veterans though, right? Or am I going crazy? Pretty sure. Paige still just has those 2 units on the field. So that's Paige's Apothecary and Jamona's Vanguard veterans. 271 to 274. It's a double cap for red. Despite Paige not having much of an army, they are more than holding their own here, the red team. Mathis has done really well, obviously, on that west side. But mainly because Void Weaver's been absent for a lot of it, using his mobility to get all over the place and do work. He's done okay. But I don't think Aspiring Hooper needed that much help on the east side. He's fighting just 2 units over here. It's not always easy to judge when your enemy has lost a bunch of stuff. I mean, can't keep track of everything. And I think if he knew how low Paige was, Hooper would be pushing a hell of a lot more on that east side. I guess he's afraid of flanks from the middle as well. 228 to 274. The Apothecary trying to cap, but he's going to go down if he's not careful. Down goes Jamona's Apothecary that time. Plasma Cannon, oh, hits those Dark Creepers, and those guys are heavy infantry, remember. Stormblaze jumping in, stunning those Devastators. But here's Mathis to help out, and that Dreadnought getting hits in. Big engagement here. Sluggers in amongst the back lines. 228 and 274. Right Lance getting shots from all the way up there. Look at that. Another change to the map is that there's going to be some shot blockers on the walls there, so you won't be able to do that anymore. Get shots in from that kind of angle, from that kind of position. 228, 274. Terminators on the field for Paige with a Cyclone missile launcher. I'm not sure why he's gone for that. There's a lot of melee on the field, lots of infantry, and he goes for the Cyclone missile launcher. Lots of disruption, I guess, and some damage, but I'm not sure I would have done that. Dreadnought level 2. Done a good job to keep this thing alive. Uh-oh, Tank Buster Barrage. And that's a group teleport. Going after the Dreadnought here. Really awesome Warp Spider Exarch play from Void Weaver. Keeping the pressure on so much. This is going to be a dead Dreadnought. Haywire Grenade and Banshees running in. Absolutely nothing that Jamona could do apart from be super careful with it in the first place and get it back to base and repair it up immediately. So I'd say blue team in the ascendancy. They have the mid. Void Weaver's army forced. Oh, nice grenade there from Paige. Wiped out a big chunk of Void Weaver's army. Just as I was saying, he was doing so well. Loses Banshees and Warp Spiders. I seem to just curse everything I talk nicely about. Paige somehow still staying relevant in this game. He's done really well. Oh, and just as I say that, obviously, he loses his scouts. I am the curse. The curse of Indrid. Swarmlord on the field for Big Mathis is still nicely balanced though, because a player on each team is very thin and need to recover. Avatar though is the recovery for Void Weaver. Battle Wagon up. So what do we have here? We have Venom Cannon. Venom Brood, I should say. We have a Swarmlord with heavy melee. We have a Hive Tyrant getting his Venom Cannon. And we have a heavy melee Warrior Brood to try and put pressure on that Battle Wagon. There's a unit inside, you can tell by that little light strip there. Allows the battle wagon to move faster and fire all of its weapons. Makes it a hell of a lot better when you have a unit inside. Here's the flank from Mathis. Running into a lot of trouble though. A hell of a lot of trouble. Warrior Brood need to run away. He's lost sight of him now. There they go. Do they get out though? Not sure if they do. Big debuff. Oh, it's not a debuff. It's the Leech Essence, I think it's called. The health drain for the Swarm Lord. But look at the damage it's taken. Down goes the Predator tank. Right, Lance doing work from that flank there. And Paige, his lack of units is now really starting to show. Really starting to show. Lost his power on this side, is retaking it. He went straight for tier 3 and got something that isn't doing a whole lot for him. These Cyclone Missile Launcher Terminators. I would have gone for a quick Predator or just saved for the Land Raider myself, I think. 206 to 220. They're single for red. But blue team are going to get the 2-1. And it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for red team to push the mid again. They might want to, both the Apothecaries, get together and push that east side a little bit to try and split the blue team off. Red team still have that west side sewn up, of course, so still all to play for here. And Mathis has so much red. Jamona can also drop a nuke, and those could be telling. Those could be really telling. I wonder if the capillary towers from the Tyranid nuke will damage things that are lifted up by the orbital. I wonder if that's a thing. 205199. Phase shift on a single Hormagaunt. He really wants to kill this guy. Poor Hormagaunt. Down it goes. 205191. Weird Boy with a Warp Vomit has the bigger brains. Almost level 2. Plasma Cannon gets a flush shot on the Battle Wagon. But what's this? That's the big boom shot. Oh my goodness. It just completely disintegrated a Plasma Cannon. Wow, that's longer range than I thought. That's why I didn't think it was a big boom shot. Red team are kind of crumbling here. They are pretty much crumbling. Blue team so strong in the middle. Can they mount any kind of resistance? Or is it just going to be a walkover from now on from the blue team? Can they come back into this? Is a nuke, a couple of nukes might do it. A couple of nukes followed up by stuff. There's Gene Stealers on the field now for Mathis. Help combat all of the very dangerous melee that's on the field. We have Banshees, we have Seer Council, we have Storm Boys, and that Warboss, of course. No Sluggers though for Boss. He has lost them along the way somewhere. Tier 3 Lictor for Mathis. Heavy melee, a jump, a infiltration that does not drain energy, and a flesh hook. And look how much hit points he has as well. 1250. That is one hell of a sub commander, that guy. D cannon. Why does he keep trying to cap? He knows that there's a D cannon there. He's got to go around and go after it. They're not pushing this east side at all. Uh-oh. Terminator's in trouble, teleporting out now. There's Angels of Death to try and preserve them. Battle Wagon's chasing them though, and they are still a walk away from base. Apothecary level 4 throws his purification vials, doing huge amounts of damage before. I think he has some replacement sluggers that just got into the Battle Wagon there. Terminators live, but they did drop 2 models. 205 132. That's a Rocks on Tyranids. Ouch. And an Eldritch. Poor Mathis. He's been the target of various nukes. Swarm Lord backing away. This Battle Wagon's been causing so much trouble. But look at this. Red team somehow are decapping mid. I think Mathis did a big push and forced off the D-cannon and stuff. Single cap for red. Land Red Redeemer on the way for Jamona. That could be a really big deal. Void Weaver's not far off a nuke of his own though. Quite close in fact. 198 to 120. Uh-oh. What's this? Dire Avengers finishing the cap on red team's natural. That's not good for red team. Orbital goes off. And a pretty nicely hit one too. Wow. Did it actually wipe anything though? I don't think it did. Red team holding mid. Need to get their natural back. Uh-oh. Boss has sound bug. Did he drop? No. Why would you send me a replay when someone drops? Why? We're going to see it out. We're going to see this out. We've come too far to abandon. Hive Tyrant level 6 now with the Venom Cannon and Extended Carapace. Land Raider Redeemer is on the way for Jamona, but it might be too little too late. A push on the mid should get the VP back, surely. Where's the D cannon? Did he lose it? It's still around. Oh, it's in retreat. There is the Shimmer Orb, using it to do nothing. Oh, he's using it to cap. There we go. So I'm not sure if Boss has dropped at this point, and unfortunately that may be the case. And someone sent me a replay where someone dropped. Maybe. Hard to tell. 195 to 103. Looks like he's still around right now since he's not moving. AI generally moves around. Avatar leading a line for the Eldar. All of these buffs coming off it as well for the Banshees and the Farseer herself, and not to mention the Farseer's buffs. She's level 7 with Runes of Reaping, Rune Armor, and that Doombringer. But here is a Land Red Redeemer. Is it going to be salvation for the red team? Massive firefight here. Uh-oh. Phase shift into a nuke, I am guessing. This could be a very quickly destroyed Land Raider. He timed it well. And that is a sitting duck. Yeah, it's going to go down immediately. There's a GG. It's a double cap for blue. And to be honest, they've been in the ascendancy for quite a while here. Red team really on the back foot. Some really strange choices from Paige. Not getting anything. He got Terminators and that was it. Purchased absolutely nothing else. Very, very strange. Oh, looks like Boss did not drop. There you go. He said something at the end of the game. Phew. So someone did not send me a game where someone dropped. If he had the sound bug though, he would have dropped. Just a matter of time. So let's have a look at the heroes end of the game. Level 8 Warps for Exarch. And I have to say, some really good Warps for Exarch play from Void Weaver. He was all over the map causing havoc. He did leave his west side undefended for quite a while, but paid off in the long run. He was influencing the map in many, many ways. The Warboss is level 6 with the claw at the end. The Farseer level 8. We have a level 6 Hive Tyrant with the awesome ranged build. The Apothecaries level 5 and level 5. Again, some really strange play from Paige. Got nothing in tier 2, then got Terminators, then nothing else. Not sure what was going on there. But there you have it, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.